Hello, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. Just right, right on the dot, Laura. That's good. Welcome, guys, to an Monday. It's exciting for our mystical Monday musings. It's good, good. Let's go. Here we go. All right. We'll just go ahead and shuffle for a moment because you know what I forgot to do, Laura? Forgot to
Yeah.
put hair gel in my hair. I'm looking at it going, why is it so? What's happening? Okay, there we go. Anyway, um, good morning, everybody. Come on in, say hello. Don't be shy. And Rhonda B from Idaho.
Hi, Rhonda.
Idaho. Idaho,
Here we go. Here we go.
Welcome, Rhonda. Thanks for being here. I can't believe it's Monday the 18th. I mean, we've got what? Less than 2 weeks for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's unreal. Yeah.
Crazy,
Whoosh.
crazy, crazy.
Oh, yes, been going by fast. What
It
a
is.
crazy year it's been, too.
It is. Are you doing Thanksgiving in the new house?
Yes, I am.
That's
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting, actually. I'm looking forward to it.
Good for you.
Good morning,
Kel,
Joe.
good morning. Thank you
Good
for being
morning.
here. Joy, good morning. Thanks for being here. We're just, a little bit slower today. And look, as I said, slower. That's fascinating. Okay. Two cards popped up. And we'll just go with it. I think we'll go for it. Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Elias Patras. I'm an intuitive motivator, a author, and a psychic medium, and I am joined by my lovely co-host.
Hi, everybody. I'm intuitive medium Laura Wooster. I'm a podcast host and God knows what else. So
And so much more.
many things.
And so much
Yeah.
more.
And congratulations on your new book, Elias. I know it's
Oh,
been a
thank you
big
very
week for you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's been a long weekend, and I'll show the book a little later. But I mean, the day of the launch. Oh, I just snorted. The day of the launch, my eyes were like boom, 4:30 in the morning. I'm like, what am I doing up? And then I'm laying there going, I've got to, decorate the office. I got to, and then I was awake. So the moment I start thinking, I'm up. So there you have it.
Really.
It's raining. Okay, it's a rainy day here, a cloudy day here. Good morning, Chris from Iowa. Happy belated birthday yesterday. Happy
Happy
belated birthday.
birthday.
So glad to have you here. What cards are you using today?
I'm using my fallback one I always use, and that's the Psychic Tarot. So that's what I've got today. So
Okay,
yeah.
very nice. I'm
Which
using the Denise Lynn Time Travelers Oracle.
good. Oh, I love her cards. They're so beautiful.
She's
Beautiful intentions. Yeah.
got a new deck coming. Well, a revised deck coming up called Soul, um, Soul something. I forgot it. I ordered it. I forgot it. Soul.
You can't go wrong with any of her decks, you
Yeah,
know.
no, and the beauty of the imagery, it's just blown away by it. Whoever does it, it's just
Yeah.
phenomenal. It's phenomenal. All right, I'm gonna go with these two cards today, guys, and it's interesting that these two show up together: creativity and exuberance. Look at that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you know, everyone's going to be all of us in the United States are going to be celebrating, and we're going to be creative, and families coming in. Family can bring up so many good things and maybe not so good things. But if we're creative in if we're creative about how we want to deal with things, how we want to set things up, what do we want to do that's maybe different? Maybe you always have a sit down, and this time maybe it's going to be a potluck. That never happens in a Greek house, but maybe you have a potluck. Get creative, get creative, and if you're not cooking, get creative today and be thrilled about what you're creating. Be thrilled about it. Okay.
Yeah. Bring a sense of joy to it.
Yes,
Um,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. What do you got?
So what I've got is the transformation card. Now, when
Mm,
this card comes up a lot of times in my readings, like it's a beautiful card. I mean, look how gorgeous that is, right?
yeah.
Beautiful wings and just a lot of movement and looking upward. Um, the a lot of things like it. I always jump for joy when I see this come up in a reading, right? Because it really does it shows a heralding in of huge changes and really stepping into who we're supposed to be and things like that. So, but this card is for everybody. But the thing is, when this card comes up, sometimes there's some not so pleasant things that come with transformation, and it's recognizing the truth of things. It's acknowledging the truth of circumstances. It's maybe some circumstances that come up that aren't necessarily comfortable and a bit jarring, but they catapult us into where we're supposed to be.
Mm,
So, and I'm not here to sort of throw, I always say, I don't want to throw glitter on everything. It makes everything's wonderful. Everything's for your highest and best good. Because I don't think that's fair. But
right.
we need to acknowledge sometimes the hardest things we need to go through and the things that we need to face head on is what we need to move us forward and to provide the movement forward and to speak up and to speak your truth and to step up for yourself and for others and everything. So huge transformation coming for all of us. Not always pleasant in the process, but on the other side of it is fabulous. So just wanted to let you know that.
No, that's and so apropos for the energy around the full moon
Yeah.
on Friday. I mean, really, truly, it was. I will say it was a powerful full moon. It was beautiful, but
Oh,
it
yeah.
was a lot of people were feeling that just heaviness of it, and something needed to shift. And we all know that full moon is about releasing.
Mhm.
So that's important. That's important. Joy says, if my family shows up, I'm leaving. Funny. That's
Well, if anybody has a question that they have, either something you want us to pull a card for, absolutely drop it in the comments. Or sometimes, do you have a question for Elias about um, manifesting or positive motivations and things like that? Because you're the um, what's your tagline? I'm sorry. I'm like,
what are you again? What do you do again? Oh, I am the bell ringer. That's I'm just the bell ringer.
so sorry. Oh my God.
Oh, that's funny. I mean, in It's good, everybody. It's good. I am an intuitive motivator.
Motivator. That's the word I was looking for. I was thinking intuitive manifestor. Just
Monday motivator, something with a
too
Um,
many M's. Too many
so
M's.
too many RD says, looking for guidance. I'm a firm believer in karma, and God's spirit knows what I've been up against.
Oh, bless you.
Wishing for peace and success despite the struggles I've been facing. Intuitively, I feel optimistic about a positive outcome that will be for my highest good. Hard to explain specifics, but it's been crazy these days to say the least.
Mhm. Not
Okay.
alone. You're absolutely not alone. We all have our unique circumstances that we're challenged by, but you're not alone in the what's the word I'm looking for? More destabilizing energy.
Right.
There's a lot going on.
That's right.
Um,
You
oh,
two are funny. Thank you.
we
Enjoy.
don't need to be.
Have you guys met before today? Listen, guys. I'm gonna tell you before Laura gets into what she's gonna shuffle there and give words of wisdom. Um, if you can make Laura laugh, it's amazing. Her laugh is contagious. It really is. And I try and think of things to do right before we get on. I'm like, how can I make Laura laugh today? Well, clearly she did it for herself.
I just don't have enough retain as much recently.
You know what?
Too much
I'm going to
going
be
on.
60 at the end of the year. And yesterday I was going, what did I come in here for? It's like, am I going to have to like, oh my God, I'm getting at that age. I'm like,
Yeah,
becoming our parents. I'm like, oh, this is like crazy. I'm
yeah.
like, how do you work this contraption? Oh no, 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 no. Anyway, back to you, RD. Pardon us, because it's that kind of a Monday. Trust
It
me.
really is. Okay, RD, I pulled 3 cards for you, and the first card that came up was the emotional withdrawal card. Okay, now look at this. There's this beautiful light behind this person right here. Look at this gorgeous light. All right. They can't see it because they're focused on what's right in front of them, right? So that this is, to me, this is showing more support than you realize. And it could be your spiritual team on the other side, but there's just a recognition of that. Okay. But this might indicate a sense of needing to step back, not wanting to interact so much with people. You might feeling a bit wanting to sort of what I call drawing into the cave for a while and just, being a bit more solitary. The other thing that comes up as well is the mental conflict card. There's a lot of things like you may question your own intuitive guidance. You may be pretty solid with knowing your intuition and trusting it and hearing it, but you may be questioning some of that right now, and that's okay. That's part of growth, as far as your intuitive trust and trust in your own sense of things. So there may be some things here that you're at odds with yourself and others, and that's okay too. All right. Memories of love. This is reminding you, like a lot of times what this card will come up around retrograde, right? When things come back to revisit, to kind of look at it with a different perspective. So there may be some things from the past coming back now that you need to sort of look at in a different viewpoint from where you are presently. It also can indicate letting go of past connections that you may have had for a long time, or commitments to certain things that you've been hoping to commit to more, and realize maybe it's not time to commit to these things right now, to let these things go, or to readdress how you communicate with previous personal connections with people. So that this is all jam-packed with a lot of things that leading up to that card I just pulled before. These are the things that come up before the transformation card. So you're actually, as uncomfortable as this may be, it actually heralds good things coming. And I don't mean to sound, again, throwing glitter on everything, like, yeah, everything's great. But it does show that there's good things coming. All right. So hold tight on that. All right. Elias,
And
what do you have?
and if you do see glitter coming and you see a shorter woman outside your window, Laura, it's probably Delora. She's probably trying to find you. What up? Glitter all over the place
That would be wonderful.
around. But so here's the interesting thing. I pulled 3 cards as well, and one of them is upside down. So it's
Oh,
fascinating. So here's what we're dealing with. As Laura was saying, there's a lot of I'm going to say this. Sometimes there's a lot of strength in the unknown.
yeah.
And I know that sounds odd to say that, but the unknown can also give you possibilities that you might not have recognized or seen. So know that there's a lot of strength in that. Also, I want you to know that the grounded card came up. So this is really about you being grounded and asking to be more grounded. So really being grounded in your decision, being really grounded in the way that what I'm hearing in my ear right now is moving through these shifts, whatever it may be, grounded in movement. And Laura said this, and that's why I'm smirking, because I did peek a little bit before I, turned it over. So I could make this, like, ta-da! All right. Growth. There is growth coming to you, and there's growth in all this. And as uncomfortable it can be, what I've learned, and I'm going to speak personally about it, what I've learned is that growing pains, they're not always comfortable, but boy, once we move through it, it really is a good feel. So wishing you all the best in your growth. The Jaguar here is always about illuminating those dark spots and moving forward. So excellent cards. Excellent cards.
Hopefully that resonates, RD, everything you've said. No worries. Okay.
Helen has question, any guidance regarding a potential new opportunity, whether I should apply or look towards a different path? Not sure if the requirements will work in my family's highest good. Thanks. Uh,
Okay.
and while you're shuffling, RD says, thank you both very much. By the way, Laura, which cards are those in the original deck?
Which, oh, those are, oh, of course, I shuffled them back in. In the original deck, it's a Psychic Tarot deck, just so you know. I'm not sure. Okay, so you mean the original pull, like my pull versus Elias's pull? Um, Email me. I will give you the cards because I can't to go back through. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go to Cal's. Okay, potential new opportunity, whether I should apply or look towards a different path. So when you say I should apply, I'm assuming that means for a job position that came up for you. I'm assuming. I'm not sure if the requires will work in my family's highest good. Okay, so let's see what you need to know about this new opportunity. Alrighty.
Hmm.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Good. 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 You know, it's so interesting, Kels. When I'm looking at your name, and these colors keep coming up, and these colors that come up really, they. I'm not saying that you should go into business for yourself necessarily right now, but it's something that you would be really good at if you ever wanted to, or you'd manage someone's business very well, because you've got a lot of that type of management, creative energy that's around you that's necessary for seeing opportunities and building things towards, working with opportunities, which is really great to see around entrepreneurs or people who own their own business. So I'm curious if you've been in management before, you've managed someone else's business. But this particular opportunity, okay, good, good, good. A lot of this makes sense. Like it feels like logically it makes sense, this opportunity that's coming up here. But there's something here, and I'm curious if it's something to do with the family connection. So I'm seeing a lot of things that it feels like a grounded opportunity. It feels like, or it appears logically to make sense, right? But this card comes up as the outcome potentially here. And there is a sense of having to sort of uh, giving up something that's really close to what feels right for you. So it may mean making some sacrifices that you may or may not want to make. So it will include some sacrifices, and possibly, because you mentioned family's highest good, I'm curious if it means giving up time with your family, or having to rely on your family to kind of fill in the blanks a little bit more because you're taking this opportunity on. But there may be a little bit of that happening, and you just have to decide, is it worth it to you? Is it worth it to you? It does feel like more security financially for you. So that may be short term, that might be what you need. And if you feel like long term, that'll help you personally feel more in a stable place by bringing in these finances. And then knowing maybe temporarily this would be a good situation for your whole family for the long run, that might be it too. So it's kind of where you're at the moment, what you feel comfortable with. So what do you have, Elias?
So I have breakthrough.
Uh-huh.
So, Kelly, what this is suggesting is that you become an astronaut. So just, just thank God she knows me. So, Kelly, it's a breakthrough, and that breakthrough could be. Here's what I'm going to say. Yes to Laura. Say, take on what Laura has said.
Mhm.
Also think of that. Does this opportunity allow you to break through how you've been thinking? So is it oh, I never thought of this, or oh, I didn't realize maybe this isn't the right thing, but I never thought of this. It's like something chips through to give you new insight.
Mm.
So think of it that way as well. Kelly says, yes, that is definitely in my future, having my own business. I do a lot of the same work, but it would change my schedule. I wouldn't see the kids as much.
Yeah, that's the
Flexible schedule, etc. The astronaut. Well, you could take them in space with you. I'm sure they all would love that.
Yeah, yeah, but the short-term stability, it may mean, for you that you feel a little bit better over the next year or so. It feels like it might only be a temporary situation too, like maybe a year or so, just to kind of bring financial security in so that you feel better. And so about, that scenario, and then you can go back to being more with the kids after. So I know it's a hard decision to make, especially when kids are involved.
And you have to look into, Kelly, everything that's going on in the rest of your world. How is that going to shift the rest of the stuff? So take a look at that. Take a look at that.
Mm.
Anyone else have a question? And guys, it could be a question about intuitiveness. It could be, what you're looking at. You're taking classes, or you want to take classes about mediumship, or you want to take classes about psychic development. I mean, Laura is a great teacher as well, and this is, you can get many different perspectives on that as well. So please know that we're here also not just to give you messages for the week and to answer questions regarding the cards, but also tap into your own personal development and what you want to learn moving forward. Do you, Laura, like some people, when they get a new deck, they always knock on it.
Yeah.
So I do this, I don't knock, but I always tap it three
Yeah.
times on the desk. But I know different people smudge their cards, and they might wrap them up in something personal, like a cloth or something. So just curious.
Yeah, it's about vibration. Tapping cards is a vibration. It clears the deck.
Yeah.
Same as smudging it. Smudging also changes the frequency of energy around it. Yeah.
Kelly says, "Yay, space! Thank you both. Very helpful and insightful. Definitely given me a lot to consider." Okay.
Yeah. There's not a bad choice either way. It's just more of like what are you okay with having for the next year or so?
Yeah. May I have a card, please? New Year's begins today for me. I know, because it was your birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday to
you. Wow. All right. Let's see. I don't know why it always comes out as an Ethel Merman song. I have no idea. Like, happy birthday. I'm like, where did that come from?
I have a friend of mine every time, and we don't get to talk on the phone that much because we're both so busy. But when we get on the phone, we're like, hello. Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Hello.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right, Chris. I'm going to give you this card that just flew right out. Look at this, Chris. Expansion. Expansion. And that is fascinating. Expansion, because it's a new year, it's a new you. I know personally, and we'll just say personally, you went on that last retreat. So think about what you've wanted and the expansion that that's going to give you as you move forward. So I just see a lot of openings, a lot of doors opening, a lot of, like, in my mind's eye, I see you opening up a door, and there's a huge valley, and there's a huge meadow, and there's just expansion, just a lot of clear seeing. I'm trying to explain this vision. Clear seeing, expansive scenery. We'll just go with that. We'll just go with that. Hope that makes sense. For what it's worth. See, thank you. Barking on the truth. Thanks, Will. All right. Fine.
Yeah, I have the deception envy card. Now, don't panic, okay? This is not necessarily a bad thing. So when I see this card come up, especially when it's focused on you, okay, not anybody around you or the situation around you, but you specifically, what this often means is that it's time to let go of how you define yourself. Okay, but sometimes we have an idea of who we are. We kind of tell that to ourselves. This is who we are. This is how, you tell other people, this is what I am. This is what I do. Da, da, da. Dig a little deeper. Like, this might indicate there's a lot of transformation coming up, just like the card in the very beginning that I said about transformation. There's a lot of transformation coming up for you, and it's time to redefine who you are and what you have to bring to the table here. Okay, so I'm curious, maybe because you're coming off the retreat that Elias just mentioned, that there's something that you discovered about yourself, or it's time to let go of something about yourself in order to step into the new. So it's stop wearing the mask, basically. All right. And it's not a bad thing. It's reconsidering what you bring to the table and what you bring to life. It's good. It's good.
She says, "Ooh, I love this.
I
Great.
love that for you too.
I love that for you." Joyce says,
Oh,
"Green
yeah.
taps, I've been told, are so that clears and cleanses the prior reading." Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
And
vibration because you're tapping,
yeah,
right? It's the
it's all about the intention. I used to, like, in between clients, when I just used to do just card readings, I would always go, I would just like clear it. And someone's like, "Are you kissing the cards?" I'm like, "No, yeah,
It's
no,
like a
no."
move along card, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody else? We have time for one more.
Another way that, while we're waiting for a question, another way that I cleared, my deck too is I put them in order. Like if they're numbered, I'll put them
Oh,
in order, and I'll put them, by, colors and everything. So then I sort of reset it, almost like it just came out of the box. So
that's
I'll take the time
interesting.
to do that. So, yeah, so
That's
I'll
pretty
do
cool.
like
I like that.
yeah, and then start all over again.
Fresh and new. Um, okay, so everyone, happy Monday. Laura, what do you got coming up?
I have some in-person things coming up. Yeah, in January. Yeah, if anybody's in the New England area, I'm doing a demonstration of mediumship in Methuen.
Doing in the doing, not
Methuen.
Batista, but in the doing.
And I'm also teaching in person, which I did not too long ago, a couple months ago. I did online the Soulful Manifesting class. I'm doing in person in Methuen as well. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
How about yourself, Elias?
Well, the obvious is ta-da, changing the ask you to thank you, how to flip the script
Congratulations.
shift. And it is a workbook, you guys. So this is really about how can we see our we all get stuck in the mistakes and we get stuck in the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and how do we move through that? How do we look at flipping the script? You know, the universe gives us, let's say, a script for our life, and we can edit it. And it's really important to know that, you know, just because for me, for example, on my my adoption papers, it says the unbaptized bastard child of. I
What?
know. How's that for a label? Gotta love that one.
Wow.
Like
Oh,
when I talk to a numerologist, I'm like, do I count all those letters, unbaptized bastard child? Because it doesn't say a name, it just says unbaptized bastard child.
wow.
So if I was to stick with that label and stick with the guilt and the unwantedness, and
Yeah.
you know, that would have been very different, very, very
Right.
different. So we can shift it, we can flip the script and see the gift. Um,
Mm,
we do
yeah.
have somebody that says, so the book is out, guys. It's on Amazon, and I do have to say I'm very excited. It's a Barnes and Noble
Is
as
it?
well. Yeah, really,
Hey, great.
really exciting. Yeah. And for
Fantastic.
our people across the pond, it's also a Blackwell's.
Oh, but is that a chain of
I
bookstores?
guess my friend from the UK, she's like, "Oh, it's a Blackwell's." I'm like, "Oh, she doesn't talk that posh," but I'm like, the kind of English accent I could do is more of a posh one. Um, let's see. Joyce said, "May I have a card for the week?"
Yeah,
Uh,
Joy, I grabbed a card for you because I saw that. I saw that you pulled it up. Um, Shadow card. So this is a recognition that your intuition might be a bit higher than usual, or your psychic abilities might be a little bit high. So pay attention to that. You might be getting some weird moments of synchronicity, and you're like, "Oh, that's so weird. I was just thinking of that." I don't know if you've been having those experiences in the past few days, but that might continue through the rest of the week. So that looks pretty good. It's also recognizing to look at the undercurrent of situations in your life as well. Like, what's the real story underneath it all? Use your intuition to tap in if there's any kind of conflict or questions or some wonkiness going on around. Like, what's the undercurrent of the situation? Is it more fear from the other person? Is it more, whatever it may be? It just shows that there's a lot of things that won't appear as they seem. Okay.
and RD says, "What's your take on 2025 or the year of nine?" is that a year of completion. You know, 9 is the year of cleaning up, of clearing up stuff. And I have a great book. Dun, 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 stretching. Um, this is a great book. It's called Wisdom of Numerology. It's by Susan Owens. She's an amazing woman. She's been on our lives before. She's just a great person. And this book explains all of the numbers. So it's really, 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 really good. Good morning, Carson. Thanks for being here, popping in. A little late. That's okay. You missed Laura, forgot who I was. She,
I was like, "What's your tagline?" I can't remember. Intuitive, something.
intuitive, intuitive Monday mystical.
Menopause. I'm telling you, menopause sucks.
Menopause. It's all the letters that start with M.
Yeah.
Motivator, menopause, good. It's all of it.
Oh,
Not that
yeah.
menopause is good. I have no idea. I'm menopausing. That's what's going on with me because I'm like, where am I? What's happening? Wait, are the dogs outside? No, I'm staring at one. Okay. You know, it's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'll ask one more. Do you want to pick one more card for everyone? Oh wait, where is it? I'll ask one more, but might be general for everyone.
Oh, that's the question about what's your take on the year
Yeah,
2025?
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Lots of weirdness happening in the next year. I really feel I'm like in all the readings I've been doing for the most part is when I look ahead for everybody, it's like I just said, just be ready for a roller coaster, but don't panic.
Right.
Just expect the unexpected. And it's just, just hold on and you'll be fine. Hold on to who you are. Hold on to who you know you are. Hold on to your own sense of what's real and what your own intuition is, and always pause and listen in to what's the undercurrent of what's going on. There's a lot happening in the next year, and a lot of new things happen, new ways that interactions are going to be happening over the next year and a half or so. And I'm not talking about social media. There's something else brewing that I have no context for it, but I keep seeing it. It's going to involve education. Work is going to be, the way people work right now is going to be, I feel like it's going to be mostly steady for the next year and a half or so. I mean, there's always, innovations and things, but education, I'm seeing in the long term here, huge changes in this. And I don't know what it is. It's exciting, but yet I'm like, oh my gosh. So have you been feeling that too, Elias?
Yeah, I've just been
Yeah.
thinking that like 2025 is like you're saying, it's kind of like this, right?
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
holding on for the ride. And here's the thing, guys, I think we don't give each other enough credit. We have a lot more strength than we recognize, and we have a lot more wisdom within. And I think what it's going to happen for all of us is we're going to dig deeper. We're going to have several ahas. And I think my hope is that we have a little bit more unity and that we are very proactive instead of reactive. I think that's might be the teaching here. So
Yeah. That's wonderful.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But
absolutely.
speaking of next year, because our time is almost up, guys. Speaking of next year, let me just show you how high tech I've learned to be. Uh, so
Even through menopause.
even through menopause, I've been high tech. So I want you to see something. Next year, the Mindset of Love is a retreat happening in Stevenson, Washington. And it is super exciting. And I want you to pay attention to the bottom part. There'll be a special bonus event on Sunday evening, 2-hour demonstration with 4 psychic mediums. So come for the retreat, and then there is a post event. And Laura will be at the event, guys. She's going to be at the retreat. And if I can get this to happen like it happens, there it is. And here it is. Dun, 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 dun. Mediumship demonstration with Laura, Ginger, and Lisa. And all of us do mediumship a little bit differently. And so we're going to do our own little thing, and then we're going to all link up together. And I don't know if there's going to be time, but Lisa Nolan Shalowski is also a trance medium.
Oh, yeah.
So she does transmedia, not transmedia, transmedium demonstrations. So we'll see if that's possible. So there you have it. There it is.
Great.
Um, there you go, guys. So hi, Janine. Thanks for being here. Uh,
Mhm.
so we'll be back next Monday, which will be the 25th, a couple days before.
For us in the States anyways.
Okay, everybody. Um, so thank you for being here. We appreciate it so much. Remember, subscribe to both of our YouTubes. I
Yeah,
know that sounds silly. I know, but guess what? It helps us so much to be able to make more of a difference out there.
definitely.
So
Thank you. Thank you for everybody who shows up every week and also is following both of us. You really do. We really do appreciate you all, truly. And it's always wonderful to see you here every Monday.
every Monday, because it's
Yeah.
good, even through menopause and menopause. So thanks, guys. Have a beautiful day, and we'll see you soon.
Have a
Take
good one. Bye.
care.